Yo, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video, and you guys know me if you've been following this channel. You know I love my JRPGs. You may even call me an adjacent weeb. I don't think you can call me a full-on weeb anymore. I don't really be watching a lot of anime these days, but I do like my JRPGs, and given the status of Steam and PC right now, PC being one of the best places to play JRPGs if you really assess all of the titles available, want to cover Steam JRPG news a little bit more on this channel, PC JRPG news as a whole on this channel. The people that are into JRPGs like me can watch these videos, and if you're not into JRPGs, look, all the other content's still available on the channel. So got a couple things to talk about. Had a big JRPG release today. I'm not a big fan of releasing big games while a major Steam sale is going on. Just hurts the promotion of the game. But if you're a fan of Legend of Heroes kicking off a new arc with Trails Through Daybreak kicking off today. Releasing today with its English translation, and it's available today. The special patch notes, English release, and so much more. We want to go over that update. And speaking of long-running JRPG franchise, Ys' latest title in Ys X Nordics has a release date, and that'll be coming to PC as well. Great time to be a JRPG fan with so many big games coming out. So first of all, let's talk Legend of Heroes Trails Through Daybreak, as that has officially been released on Steam. It is available right now, $59.99. I'll talk about Legend of Heroes and getting into the franchise in a little bit, but as noted on the official Steam page, hi everyone, with Kuro no Koseki turning into Trails Through Daybreak, we are also happy to release all the improvements we made to the PC version while the localization was in development. We might have gone a bit overboard with this, so the full list is sizable as we've extracted some highlights to talk about in more depth. You can find the full unfiltered list towards the end of this post, and again, the English translation is out now. Improvements to previously discussed features. As you might know, Trails Through Daybreak has been out on Steam for quite a while now in Japanese. Back when we released this port, I posted about various features of the PC version. This included things like arbitrary resolution and aspect ratio support for high frame rates up to 360 FPS, a field of view setting, and various new graphics options for things like increased draw distance, shadow quality and resolution, volumetric screen space reflections, and so on. For the current release, we further improved the arbitrary aspect ratio, fixing quite a few corner cases, and also made physically based animations at high frame rates act much closer to the 60 FPS baseline. You can find the full details towards the end of the post. Further graphics improvements on top of everything we included in the Japanese PC release, we've added quite a few new graphical features. Improved shadow caching. Let's start with something that benefits everyone, and not just those with GPU power to spare. In this version of the game, with the new default shadow caching setting, you'll see improved shadow quality at no performance cost, or potentially even slightly better performance. MSAA and SGSSA anti-aliasing options have been added as well. Improved static reflections, better UI rendering quality at lower resolutions, HDR support, a BGM info, display options, and they have a roundup of full patch notes with a lot of fixes and updates with that as well. Now, Trails Through Daybreak. Yes, it is kicking off a new arc for Legend of Heroes. Yes, it does feature a new cast of characters. Would I recommend you jumping into this game without playing the other games? That's a little dicey. You guys are on PC. You have access to all of the Legend of Heroes games already. Yes, some of them are relatively dated. So here is my opinion. I would not jump into Trails Through Daybreak without playing some of the other titles, at least giving the other games a chance. So here's what you can do. Generally speaking, most people would recommend you to play the entire Sky trilogy first. That is really kicking off the story of Legend of Heroes, and you can absolutely do that. However, those games are fairly dated. Let's be honest here, they were originally released on the PSP. Are they enjoyable? Sure, but they are certainly dated experience. I'm trying to pull them up on Steam right now as I am rambling. They're all discounted. Trails into Sky, here we go. Trails into Sky, second chapter, 1949. Trails into Sky, third chapter is 2249. And Trails into Sky 1, which is obviously where you should start, $9.99. Now, again, these games are incredibly dated, so keep that in mind. They are incredible from a narrative standpoint, but you know, that is your prerogative. You could look up a recap summary on YouTube. There's a lot of that as well, so that's an option. After the Sky Trilogy, you want to jump into the Crossbell arc, which both of those games are on sale of the Crossbell arc. That's Trails from Zero, and Trails into Azure. Those encompass the Crossbell arc, and then you get into the Cold Steel games. Now, the Cold Steel games from a visual standpoint do look better because they were made for the PS Vita and the PlayStation 3. So, if the visuals push you away from Trails in the Sky and Trails from Azure and the Crossbell arc, you can jump into Cold Steel. Cold Steel has 4 games. That's Cold Steel 1, Cold Steel 2, Cold Steel 3, and Cold Steel 4. Even if you jump into Cold Steel right out the gate, I would recommend you to look up recaps of Trails in the Sky and then the Crossbell arc as well. That would be a good idea. And then you can play Trails of Cold Steel 1 through 4. And then Trails into Reverie, which is kind of the culmination of the first half of the story, leading into Trails through Daybreak, Trails into Daybreak. So, a lot of rambling, yes, but this is a daunting franchise to get into. It's got incredible world building, and it kind of needs to when you have this many games connected together. I talk about RGG titles and Yakuza being a little bit overwhelming. Oh, brother, we got nothing on that compared to Trails as a whole. And if you do just want to get into Trails through Daybreak, yes, you can look up a recap of everything, but then you're foregoing a lot of great titles, and yes, Cold Steel does get a little wacky, especially in the latter portion of the games, but I wouldn't say, like, why recap the first half of the entire story? Like, that just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I would play some of the games, at least I can understand, you know, Sky Trilogy, Crossbell games, they're a little bit dated, fine, whatever, at least play the Cold Steel games and watch recaps of the first 2 arcs, and, you know, that's my 2 cents. You guys can do whatever the hell you want to do, but my opinion there for you guys. Lastly, I do want to note also another NIS America published JRPG, Ys 10 Nordics, will be dropping with an official release date of October the 25th. It is available in Japan already. Ys has a little bit of a turnaround time over here stateside, so, you know, we gotta wait a little while, but Ys 10 looks awesome, and Ys is one of those franchises that's been gaining a little bit of steam over here in the States. For a long time, Ys was one of those franchises that, you know, it was kind of a crapshoot on whether or not you would get these games over here in the West. Thankfully, even though we gotta wait a little bit, we're getting these games regularly in the West now. And if you've never played Ys, well, Ys 8 is probably the game I would recommend if you're looking to get into the franchise, and we've got the summer sale running right now. I mentioned Ys 8 in our under $20 video yesterday, but Ys 8 is 65% off for $14. Great price point on that. Ys 9, a little bit more expensive. It's 40% off for $36, so obviously a little bit more on the pricier side when it comes to that. If you do want to check out Ys 9, I would say go ahead and pick up Ys 8 first. Ys 9 is great, a little bit of a darker tone, although Ys 8 also has a bit of a darker tone comparatively to some of the other Ys titles. But excited for Ys 10. That's October 25th, and October is shaping up to be a big month for Japanese games as a whole. You got Metaphor Ray Fantasio, Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, throw in Ys 10 Nordics. Man, that's gonna be a spicy month with a lot of big releases. October, generally speaking, is always pretty big, but specifically with those titles, a lot to sink your teeth into. But that is going to do it for me. Again, wanted to give you guys some JRPG updates, and, you know, whenever there's a sizable amount of JRPG news, I'll do these videos regularly for my fellow JRPG heads out there. But Legend of Heroes Trails Through Daybreak officially out today, and Ys 10 Nordics out on October 25th. That'll do it for me. Your thoughts down below. As always, thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.